It's time for the meanest flower that blows.
Listen, Henry, what's that popping noise? Can you hear it?
Do you remember the popping sounds of leafy spurge seed capsules exploding?
Oh, yeah, but this is different.
Yes, it is different. You're hearing the sound of beetles hopping from plant to plant.
Hopping?
Yes, Steffi, hopping. All plants have insects that feed on them. It's part of nature's food chain. The leafy spurge adult flea beetles like to eat the flowers and leaves. What you're hearing is flea beetles hopping from plant to plant.
Ooh, yuck, fleas.
They're not fleas, really.
Then why do you call them flea beetles?
The beetles have large back legs, built like springs, that help them jump away to escape predators. The spring action mimics how fleas jump. Don't worry, they're just beetles. What you're hearing is the spring action of their back legs. The adult beetles like to eat leafy spurge flowers and leaves.
Do they eat every plant they hop to?
No, remember we're talking about the leafy spurge beetle. There are hundreds of thousands of beetles that are cousins to the leafy spurge beetle. But the leafy spurge beetles are the only beetles that feed on leafy spurge, and the leafy spurge beetles don't eat anything except leafy spurge, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So, Henry, how do they know which beetles eat which plants? That sounds hard to me.
Remember, leafy spurge is not native to the United States. It came from overseas. So do the insects. The beetles are gathered in countries where leafy spurge was a native plant.
Do they speak foreign languages, Henry?
Scientists put leafy spurge flea beetles through many years of quarantine and review by technical advisory teams in Washington, D.C. They don't release them into the United States until they're certain that they only eat leafy spurge. Only 6 beetles are approved for release in the United States for leafy spurge.
Well, what if the beetles are so hungry from their trip across the ocean that they eat all of the leafy spurge plants here and run out of food?
The insects can't survive every climate in the United States, and the plants never go completely away. If they did, the insects would have to leave to find food somewhere else, just like the elk and deer. When the beetles move to greener pastures, those 30-foot-long leafy spurge roots send up more shoots that grow into plants, and soon the insects make their way back. Does this sound like a food chain, Steffi?
Ugh. Is there another insect that eats leafy spurge?
Study up on your languages, Steffi, and I'll tell you about some insects that they call biological control agents from Switzerland and Italy. Next time on The Meanest Flower That Blows. Find out more at weedawareness.org.